Good Thursday evening, July 11th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Longtime Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld will be sworn in tonight as the city's newest police chief. A 60-year-old treaty with Canada that governs the use of the Columbia River may soon be modernized. And this strong early summer heat wave continues tomorrow and right through the upcoming weekend and next week. Your local weather forecast is straight ahead. The suspect in the murder of an East Wenatchee woman is on his way back to the Wenatchee Valley to await trial, but police say it could be some time before he arrives. 22-year-old Ashton Bunting Jr. is accused of killing his domestic partner Cynthia Ring last month at the apartment they shared on Eastmont Avenue, and then driving all the way to Ohio ahead of a police manhunt before he was arrested by a state trooper. Ring's 4-year-old child was found alone at the apartment where his mother's body lay. Bunting was held in Ohio for 2 weeks, but East Wenatchee Detective Sergeant Brian Faulkner says the suspect is now in the custody of the U.S. Marshals Service, which is relaying him from one jail to another as they move him back to Washington. Faulkner tells NCWLIFE News there's no set date for Bunting's arrival at the Chelan County Regional Justice Center, where he'll await trial in Douglas County. He's charged with second-degree murder in Cynthia Ring's death. Longtime Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld will be sworn in tonight as the city's newest police chief. Reinfeld was selected from among several candidates to lead the department after the retirement of Police Chief Steve Crown last month. Wenatchee Mayor Mike Poyer announced the appointment a week ago. The City Council is expected to approve the nomination at its regular meeting tonight with an oath of office to follow. Reinfeld has worked for the Wenatchee Police Department for more than 22 years and is a 30-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force Reserve. The city of Leavenworth will pay $1.9 million for property that formerly hosted a car wash and oil change business. The city council approved a purchase and sale agreement with Will Coleman LLC to acquire the former Cascade Quick Lube and Car Wash at 14th Street on Highway 2. The city originally expressed interest in the property back in 2018, but wanted to conduct environmental site testing first. A $200,000 grant from the Washington State Department of Ecology paid for testing and confirmed the property was free from contamination. The sale is expected to close in early August. The city will use the property to expand the neighboring Public Works campus and increase the capacity of the nearby wastewater treatment plant. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department is hosting public meetings later this month for residents to learn more about the fire benefit charge they'll see on primary election ballots. The fire department is asking voters to consider the benefit charge, which the department says is a, quote, a fairer way to fund emergency services compared to the current funding through property taxes. The benefit charge is calculated based on a building's square footage, so smaller buildings like homes are charged less than large commercial or industrial buildings with higher risk. The first meeting is scheduled for Station 1 in East Wenatchee on Wednesday, July 24th at 6 p.m., and the second will be held at Station 11 in Wenatchee on Saturday, July 27th at 10 a.m. The information sessions will take place inside station apparatus bays, and light refreshments will be provided. When we come back, authorities continue to encircle another remote wildfire burning in Chelan County. And Sustainable North Central Washington is helping Wenatchee Valley residents recycle their glass this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no-cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
Dave Reichert.
Authorities continue to encircle another remote wildfire burning in Chelan County. The Shoefly Fire is just over 100 acres on the southeast slope of Shoefly Mountain, about 25 miles west of Lake Wenatchee. Fire managers say it's been growing slowly despite the hot, dry weather, largely because of firefighting efforts and fuel conditions. The area includes a burn scar from a previous fire, which may have helped slow its advance. Some roads, trails, and campgrounds in the area have been closed to make way for firefighting work. So far, the nearby Pacific Crest Trail has not been affected, even though it's just 2 miles from the fire line. Link Transit has just received $4.5 million in federal funding to achieve 100% electrification of its urban fixed route buses. The funds are part of roughly $1.5 billion that is set up to support 117 projects across 47 states to further the Biden-Harris administration's goal of zero emissions by 2050. Roughly 80% of the funded buses will run on zero or low emission technology to help further reduce air pollution. The award allows Link to offer completely electric urban fixed route buses and purchase 5 new electric vehicles for rural routes. Link says there is a 16-month delivery timeline for the new buses, so Wenatchee residents can expect to see the electric vehicles on the road by February of 2026. A 60-year-old treaty with Canada that governs the use of the Columbia River may soon be modernized. The U.S. and Canadian government said today that they've reached an agreement in principle to amend and renew the Columbia River Treaty, which was established in 1964 and sets the standards for water use, hydroelectric power, and salmon management along the Columbia's 1,200-mile length. The flood control provisions of the existing treaty expire this year, and negotiations to modernize the agreement have been ongoing since 2017. Authorities say the agreed changes would emphasize the priorities of indigenous communities in both countries, allow the U.S. to keep more of its hydropower, and give Canada increased access to export its clean energy to the United States. Sustainable North Central Washington is helping Wenatchee Valley residents recycle their glass this weekend. On Saturday, July 13th, volunteers with the organization will be hauling glass up to 911 Glass Rescue in Chelan. People interested in dropping off items for recycling should bring the glass bottles in sturdy cardboard boxes and $5 in cash to cover the small 911 Glass Rescue fee. The meetup location is the Old Station Park and Ride at 340 East Penny Road in Wenatchee at 8:30 a.m. Volunteers will leave when vehicles are full or at 9:15 a.m., whichever happens first. Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society when you will meet Dozer the dog. Well, we saw a break today in the triple-digit temperatures we've been experiencing, but 100-degree readings return tomorrow and into this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Who is Brant Capel?
Brant Capel is dedicated to our community.
Who is Brant Capel?
Brant Capel has a vision for the future.
Who is Brant Capel?
Brant Capel listens to our concerns.
Who is Brant Capel? This is Ray Dobbs. I know Brant Capel, and I know he'll make an outstanding Chelan County Commissioner.
This is Brant Capel, and I'm running to be your next Chelan County Commissioner. I'd be grateful for your vote.
Paid for by the committee to elect Brant Capel, Republican.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Let your voice be heard. I'm former Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett, and I'd like to be your District 12 state representative in Olympia. With my extensive experience in law enforcement, I'm eager to serve you to ensure your community and neighborhood public safety. I intend to safeguard and improve your quality of life. I support your private property rights, lowering your tax burden, helping small business to thrive, fiscal responsibility, and your public safety.
Paid for by the committee to elect Brian Burnett for state representative.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
It's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight's featured pet is a 6-year-old pit bull named Dozer. Get it? Bulldozer. Though he looks tough, he's full of love and wants nothing more than hugs and hot dogs in his forever home.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and this big hunk of love is Dozer. Dozer is our 6-year-old pit bull mix, and he's got the biggest head of any dog we have here right now. He's our gentle giant. His favorite pastimes include giving lick baths and just sitting by your side and walks. Those are his favorite. People are his absolute favorite in the whole world, more than stuffed animals, more than balls. He just wants to be by your side. He's just such a sweetheart. He's, maybe because of his age, he's really mellow. He just likes to relax and hang out. Just really great level of energy, really sweet boy. We've had him for 3 or 4 weeks now. He came to us as a stray, so we don't know a lot of his history, but we fell in love immediately with this sweet boy. And we need to find him a home because he deserves it. Yes, you do. So as usual, we don't know about cats, but he is really non-reactive for the most part to our dogs. So he would probably get along well with another dog in a home, but we always advise that you bring your own dog if you have one to introduce and see if they like each other. Yeah. But I really think he would be a wonderful addition to any family. He's not noisy or jumpy. He's just really chill. With his big face. Dozer also knows a few tricks. He's really good at sitting. He will sit just from eye contact, like he can read your mind. When you stop, he'll stop and he'll sit and look at you. It's adorable. Yes. He loves snacks. So I think he'd be really easy to learn some new things because he is so treat motivated, especially hot dogs. So if you would like to come meet Dozer, we are open from 12:30 to 6:30, Thursday through Tuesday, or you can make an appointment online for Wednesday, whichever time works best for you. We would love you to come meet him.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Thursday was a good one. It was another hot one, but at least not as hot as we've seen. Some places almost 10 degrees cooler than our high temperatures yesterday. We'll get to that in a second, but beautiful shot outside our weather window from this afternoon. This is our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera looking over the Wenatchee Valley. And boy, notice all the blue skies out there today. Thought we'd see maybe a little more wind. I think we had some windier conditions this morning and then just nice weather conditions this afternoon. But boy, let's go back to yesterday for a second. It was a hot one. Omak tied a record of a 108 that was set 98 years ago. And that was the second day in a row for Omak to hit 108. And Wenatchee, we obliterated our old record high, which was 101. And that was set back in 1975. So it was hot yesterday and much cooler today. In fact, unofficially, our high temperatures only in the mid-90s, but this heat is going to continue as we make our way through today, and we're going back to 100, upper 90s to 103. We're talking through this weekend and into early and even middle of next week, and we are talking region-wide. So big thing, stay hydrated if you are outside. We talked about cooler temperatures today, 96 unofficially. Isn't that something? We're talking about much cooler temperatures, and 96 was our high. 87 is our normal high for this time of year, and our record 104 degrees set in 2002. Another nice mild start to our day too. 73 degrees this morning, 12 degrees above 61 where we should be for an overnight low, and our record low 48 set in 1981. Sunrise 5:16 this morning and sets tonight just ahead of 9 o'clock at 8:56. All right, getting you into those important Friday temperatures. Here we go, back into the triple digits. Moses Lake, one of the few folks not reaching 100, 99 tomorrow. 100s then from Ephrata to Quincy, also Ellensburg into Wenatchee, and all the way up to Chelan. Omak, the warm spot tomorrow at 101. The cool spot tomorrow, Lake Wenatchee, was still a scorching 95 degrees. Tonight we can expect clear skies, maybe some haze moving in. We have a pretty strong northwesterly flow, so we could pick up some of that wildfire smoke tonight. Mild temperatures, lows in the mid-60s for us. That haze will stick around just in the morning, I think, for Friday, and then sunny skies in the afternoon. And once again, hot with highs around 100 degrees. And boy, that extends all the way back into the central part of the country, and not much change for Saturday. High pressure up in the Pacific, and this is the high that's bringing all of that warmth our way. This one is keeping us clear, and that one is providing the heat, and it's going to continue to do so on Sunday. Still hot with sunny skies, high temperatures near 100 again to end our weekend. And then as we kick off our next work week, I hate to tell you, but not much change in our weather. Sunny and hot on Monday. We will cool back a little bit into the upper 90s on Monday. Spokane, as you can see, in the low to mid 90s. So a bit of a cool down on Monday. On Tuesday, once again, it's going to be hot as our heat wave continues. Highs again in those upper 90s. And when I say that, we're talking 98 or 99. So it's still going to be hot. By the end of our forecast on Wednesday, more of the same as high pressure moves that air our way. Maybe a few more high clouds on Wednesday to give us a little bit of relief, but still afternoon highs in the upper 90s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 66 overnight tonight, 2 days in a row, Friday and Saturday. Saturday of triple-digit heat, and then we'll cool back, if you can call it that, just a little bit. Sunday and Monday, sunny skies, 99 on Sunday, 98 for Monday. And folks, we are just going to stay hot. Tuesday and Wednesday, mostly sunny to sunny skies with high temperatures in the upper 90s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
And a happy Thursday to you. Bryce Miller was brilliant, and the Mariners swept San Diego yesterday with a 2-0 win. Miller and 3 relievers combined on a 6-hit shutout as Bryce improved his record to 7-7 on the season. Am scored on a defensive gaffe in the second, added another run in the fourth before Andres Munoz recorded the final 4 outs to secure the win.
Misses up, and the tag just takes too long to come down, and Cal Raleigh slides in safely.
Oh, right past the rise into right field, and that stolen base paying dividends right away. Cal Raleigh scores. And the Mariners on the board early. Polanco puts it in play. The Mariners lead it 1-0.
And here she comes, swinging a fly ball into straightaway center field. Coming in, Julio gets behind it. He's there and he makes the catch. Tagging at third, heading home. Here's Solano, the throw to the plate, and it's going to be in time. Solano's out at home. The ball bounces in, true right to Cal Raleigh, who makes the tag. Solano is out at home, and a great throw by Julio Rodriguez. And that's how you get out of a bases loaded jam. What a throw.
Had to go right through his legs, and it helped play to run. This time it's socked on a line out to the gap in right center field. Raley is pedaling around third base. He is coming home, and he scores with a slide. Polanco drives in the Mariners' second run, and they extend the lead. It's 2-0. Oh, little air France at first base. Ty climbing the ladder. 2 outs.
Well, we talk about defense behind good pitching. And this is a well-timed lead by Ty France. And right into the webbing of the glove.
Munoz 1 pitch away. Lined into center. JP makes the catch. And the ball game is over. The Mariners combine to shut out the Padres in San Diego as Munoz slams the door. And the Mariners win it 2-0, the final score.
Seattle moves to Anaheim to begin a 4-game series with the Angels tonight at 6:38 to be exact. You can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the pesky Houston Astros just won't go away. Houston won again last night, downing Miami 9-1 to remain 2 games behind Seattle in the division. The Angels beat the Rangers 7-2 to knock Texas to 6.5 games back. Mariners in the American League West still continue to lead. It's like 57 days now in a row the Mariners are in front. Oakland bested Boston by a final of 5-2. The Wenatchee Apple Sox brought their hitting shoes to the ballpark last night in a 17-5 win over Edmonton. Wenatchee starter Garrett Ahern was on point and earning his second win of the season, going 5 2/3, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits, had 4 strikeouts. Grand Canyon's Cannon Peary had a good night at the plate, driving in 4 runs. Joel Norman had the call on Sunny FM. Video provided by Pixelot TV.
The 0-1. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. This one is going to get down for extra bases. Cannon Peary's going to drive in Roberto Gonzalez. Hartman also gets the wave home. The relay is late, and Wenatchee retakes the lead. Another 2-bagger for Cannon Peary as he plates a pair here in the 3rd inning. Right-hander fires. Swung on, hit up the middle and off of Orphaley into no man's land. An RBI single. Another payoff pitch coming from Miles Chamberlain against his first hitter of the night. The pitch. Breaking ball, served out toward left center field. A long run for Watson. He will not get to it. It bounces to the wall. In to score easily, Morisaki. Gonzalez and Hartman right behind him. The throw home not in time. Doherty's into 3rd with a bases clearing triple. The 3-2. Swung on and put into shallow center field. This ball will drop in. It's a 2-out RBI single for Kanoa Morisaki. His second hit is in as many innings, and this time it drives in Jace Hampson to make it 8-1 Wenatchee. The 1-0. Peary connects and hits it into center field. Morisaki scores. Gonzalez waved around. He will score as well. 2 more runs driven in for Cannon Peary. Now the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, third base side. Gonzalez, gloves, tosses to first, and it's in time as Wenatchee defeats Edmonton with a 17-5 triumph here tonight. It's a season-high 17 runs for the Apple Sox to even up this midweek series and force a rubber match tomorrow night at 7:05 p.m.
Aiden Doherty also drove in 4 runs for Wenatchee in the win. As Joel mentioned, the rubber match of that 3-game set tonight at 7:05 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Other West Coast League action last night. Port Angeles edged Kamloops 3-2. Kelowna got by Nanaimo 5-4. Yakima Valley beat Corvallis in 11 innings 5-4. Bend clobbered Cowlitz 11-2. Ridgefield rocked Walla Walla 7-1. And in non-league play, Bellingham beat the Northwest Stars 6-5, while Victoria edged the Dub C Fish Sticks by a final of 3-1. Last night's win edged Wenatchee back into first place in the WCL's North Division for the second half. Nanaimo and Kamloops are a half game back. Kelowna and Bellingham are a full game behind Wenatchee. Well, for the first time, make that the 3rd time. Yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3. In just over a year, the Wenatchee Wild have hired a new head coach. Following the sale of the WHL's Winnipeg Ice franchise to Wenatchee ownership in the spring of 2023, Kevin Constantine was named head coach. In September, Constantine was suspended indefinitely by the league after an investigation found he made derogatory comments of a discriminatory nature. Roy Summers was brought in midstream to replace Constantine and led Wenatchee to the Western Hockey League playoffs in the team's inaugural season. Now the Wild have announced that Summer has moved on, and they have hired Don Nachbauer to lead the club. Nachbauer is a former NHL player with 30 years coaching experience, including 692 career wins coaching the Seattle Thunderbirds, Tri-State Americans, and Spokane Chiefs in the WHL. That makes him the 3rd winningest coach in Western Hockey League history. Nachbauer comes to Wenatchee after coaching the Calgary Wranglers in the American Hockey League as part of the Flames organization. He'll bring with him Dan Johnston as an assistant coach to join associate head coach and assistant general manager Chris Clark and goalie coach and director of scouting Lee Mendelson. Well, speaking of the Wild, we'll relive the glory of some of their best games from last season this weekend with Fire and Ice Hockey in July on the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. to watch the Wild versus Victoria, Spokane, and Kelowna. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, my guest will be Shane Flemons, who wrote a book called Conviction: Life Lessons from My Time Behind Bars. He has some serious and sobering opinions that have merit about the current penal justice system in this country, and he lived it on the inside. Shane Flemons will talk about his book Conviction on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night. Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCW Life Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCW Life channel has you covered.